Hello everybody and welcome to a very special video because it is this channel's second birthday. If you're watching this video as it comes out, it turned to the Tuesday just gone, and much like last year I thought I'd do something special to celebrate. Last year, of course, I made some recreations of my favourite moments from the previous 12 months. This year we're doing things a little bit differently. I asked you to send me any of your craft that were a little bit silly, a little bit bizarre, and we're going to take those and try and factor in some fighting and death, of course. If you sent me a craft and you don't see it appearing in this video, don't worry, there will be a live stream, or if you're watching this a couple of days later, there was a live stream the evening after this video comes out or came out. Let's not start down that rabbit hole. But anyway, yes, let's get going. Now, one of the things I did specifically ask people for was very small fighter jets, and this is a beauty. This is the Pico Jet by Omega, or Omega for those of you on the other side of the Atlantic. This is part of his Toy Soldiers collection. He sent me quite a lot of stuff. This is 30 parts all in all. By contrast, my Wasp, which you saw at the start of the video, my own attempt at a ridiculously small fighter, was 34 parts, but the 30 parts for this craft includes the detachable takeoff trolley, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 parts at least that I can count. So this is about a 21 part craft when it gets in the air. Let's get it flying. Let's see what we can do with this. Brakes off. I have already tried to take this one off. It didn't go too successfully, but I did manage to get it in the air in the end. I think the trick is just basically let it pick up quite a lot of speed. You've only got this one elevon controlling the pitch on the craft. Need to get up to about 80, I think it was. Start pulling back now. Where are we? 80, 85, there we go. And of course, once we hit the gear, that takeoff trolley just falls away to crash and explode on the ground. And you are left with this. Not the most manoeuvrable craft I've seen, but it does keep a fair amount of its speed. I love this. It's got the two sidewinders, the one Vulcan cannon. I am kind of itching to get it into a fight, so let's go and see what we can rustle up. So I've just set up a quick 3v3. We've got a team of the Pico Jets led by Jebediah Kerman and a team of the Wasps led by Valentina. Let's get them into the air. Actually, what I might do is reduce the competition distance just a little bit, because otherwise I think this is going to take a while. Let's get them into the air. Just make sure the Pico Jets are taking off all right. I think this might be a little bit unfair on the Pico Jets because, as I said, they are much fewer parts. And the AI is having difficulty taking off. Oh dear. Let's try that again. Yeah, sometimes craft with these takeoff trolleys can be a little bit buggy when taking off, so I'm just going to sort of take control of this. I'm going to intervene to make sure this takes off all right. And the Wasp, which doesn't have this landing trolley, should be okay. So let's try this again. And I am going to, as I said, intervene to make sure this takes off all right. I'm not exactly sure what causes that little bug. I'm not sure the uneven ground here helps too much, but hopefully we should be able to get this thing airborne. And once it is up into the air, we can just there we go. And we should be able to just let the autopilot do its thing. I'm already at 4.5 kilometers. As I said, I don't think this is entirely fair on the Pico Jet, but well, we'll see. It might surprise us. Jebediah Kerman pulling hard around. Has Valentina in his sights. Looses the Sidewinder. Will Valentina be able to dodge? No! Oh, and what little remains of the Wasp just crashes to the ground. I spoke too soon. It is victory for the Pico Jet. A lovely little craft. I'm not sure how balanced it will be with this one Sidewinder hanging off one of its wings. But yeah, let's go see what else we've been sent. We turn now to a couple of more conventional craft that have been sent to me by Tom, and I use the word conventional quite wrongly. We start with the TR14 Box, which pretty much does what it says on the tin. It's just got this square cross-section wing tube, and inside of that you have all of the systems. You can't really see it because the air brakes are deployed, but if I just let the brakes off for a second. So you've got the missiles, we've got 2 GAU-8s ammo, we've got the little cockpit in there. I'm dying to see what the view out looks like. Yeah, not great. Let's just put the brakes back on before you roll away. So yes, the TR14 Box, and now the view is just completely obscured. The other one is the T17 Hammerhead, and you can see why it is so named. Apparently this one isn't actually a bad craft for fighting, so again this might be a slightly unfair competition. The Hammerhead might take it, but Tom's even put little lights for eyes here. But it gets better than that. He's even tweak scaled down this little attachment point part to use as a pupil. Better than that, he's even tweak scaled some wing surfaces as teeth. That is some spectacular work there, Tom. Thank you very much for this. And of course, we are going to see how they get on in combat. Both powered by just the single Saturn engine, by the looks of things. These two sort of coming together a bit, but the offsetting should mean they just pass harmlessly past each other. Let's just double check on the boxes. Yeah, they're flying all right. I did take these up for a test flight, and it's a bit, because you're just flying along and you don't know what orientation your box is in. You just have to keep checking, just looking at the back because the engine's towards the bottom. But I am going to be very interested to see how this one pans out. As I said, I am kind of expecting the Hammerheads to win. Tom did say they were quite good craft, sort of in their own right, and these do suffer a little bit from the novelty factor, although doesn't seem to have affected them too much. They both get an AMRAAM away. Are those? Yep, AMRAAM's coming back the other way. Both boxes start braking low to try and avoid. Both missiles going after Daffy Kerman's box. I really need to rephrase that. I think Jebediah Kerman is in trouble. Oh, he just about manages to save it. And dodges a missile coming in as well. That was going very low. One of the Hammerheads taken clean out. I think I might have spoken too soon for the second time this video. Oh, but that missile comes in very close. It looks like Jebediah will survive to fight another day, though. The other box in a bit of trouble now. This is Daffy Kerman's TR14. Seems to have survived a bit of a joust. But now, of course, Jebediah Kerman will be coming in to assist his wingman. Looses a Sidewinder. Oh! It's a virtually simultaneous kill. Jebediah just about manages to survive. Both of the TR14s are in the air. Both of the Hammerheads down for the count. I can't switch to any of the debris. Possibly this little bit. But that is some spectacular work from the boxes there. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, let's see what else you guys have been kind enough to send me. Up next we have another craft from Omega's little collection. I'm not sure if this counts as silly, but I really liked it. It's the Scuttler, which is basically a mini kind of tank which offers the driver absolutely no protection whatsoever. It's got an M230 chain gun turret on the top, and yeah, you're not well protected, as I said. So what I've done is I've lined up 3 of these aside. I've got Valentina captaining one team, we have Jebediah captaining another, and I haven't done a land battle yet on this version of KSP, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. I haven't actually done a test run on this yet, so if we just Turn on everybody's... No, guard mode. Okay, I was worried it was going to fire too early, but let's get everybody going and see what happens. I don't know what the range is on these. Valentina opening fire already. Oh, and one of Jebediah's team is already gone. Daffy Kerman returning fire. Okay, this is silly, but I'm liking it. Ah, Daffy Kerman turning around. Might make herself a bit of a sitting duck if she's going too head on. Now going perpendicular. Oh, going perpendicular, but she survives. Her craft though going a bit nuts. Oh, Shawnee Kerman though is taken out, and Valentina's team is victorious. Richard Kerman's alive. Daffy Kerman's alive. Jebediah. So the whole crew survive. No Kerbals were harmed in the making of this, which is kind of disappointing. But as I said, not a particularly silly craft, but that was fun. Anyway, let's see what other stupidity we have in store. So another specific request I made to my subscribers was for flying tanks. This is my attempt. It is just one of my tanks that I have taken and strapped wings and engines to, which is basically what I was after, and we would see how they get on. I've also attached an M230 chain gun, which I've disabled for this particular fight. At least I should have disabled for this particular fight. There we go. And a Browning 50 cal machine gun. We'll get on to why those particular that particular armed in a second, but I'm just going to get this flying as it is. And this will be going up against the Hamilcar Jet. I know what you're thinking, but let's get this in the air regardless, because this comes to me from Randa Ped, who basically took the idea of a flying tank and thought, well, what we need to do basically is combine a plane and a tank together in one vehicle. So he's gone and, well, combined them in a way I wasn't expecting, but I still enjoy. If we just hit the space button, what should happen is... not that. Okay. That didn't quite work as smoothly as I was hoping. But if you see, we have a little... staging that means we have an open-fronted craft with a little tank in the front. And so what I'm going to do is get this up to a decent range from my own flying tank. This is armed with a howitzer and if I can click on the damn thing, a Browning machine gun. So they're both identically armed. Well, obviously apart from the weapon, the turret I've disabled. So we're going to see how they get on in a dogfight. Let me just see what the range is doing. What are we looking at? 6.5 kilometers. Let's get it a bit further than that. Okay, so they're now both kind of heading towards each other. I think the Hamilcar Jet has got a slight advantage. We'll be getting the drop on the my own flying tank a bit, but I think it might actually need it. Let's put the autopilot on, and I think once they get within about 10 kilometers, yeah, they notice each other and start flying towards each other. Apart from my own tank, what's going on here? Let's set the visual range up a bit. That's more like it. And we've got a bit of a joust going on here. Now, the Hamilcar Jet, of course, will be the larger target. So, as I said, my own tank does have a bit of an advantage there. But, yeah, I think this will go down to the joust. Both just going with the large guns for the moment. They switch to the Browning machine guns. Nobody getting a shot in. Oh, but the Hamilcar Jet might have an opportunity there. Oh, no. That is some insane dogfighting. Oh my god, what is going on here? Where's my own tank gone? My own tank is out in front at the moment. Jebediah Kerman switches to the Browning machine gun. Sadly, nothing doing this time around. The problem is neither of these craft are particularly manoeuvrable. This is probably one of the stupidest things I've ever done. Oh! My own tank now on the back of Jebediah Kerman, putting guns in. Not doing a lot at the moment, maybe forcing that the Hamilcar jet into a too low a dive, and it does! It's not how I wanted this fight to end, but I think if it didn't end there, we'd probably be going all night. Let's see what else we've been sent in the whole flying tank vein. So next up we have this little creation from XD the Great. This is more of an attempt to build a flying tank from the ground up, and it's even got a little seat on the top which I've stuck Jebediah Kerman in just for giggles. I'm not sure, when I got this I wasn't sure about the whole concept of a tank being armed with 12 sidewinders, but you know, never mind. I have actually gone and equipped my own tank with some sidewinders. I've given XD's craft a Browning machine gun as well, just so these craft are armed identically, and we're going to get them both up into the air and see what happens. I might reduce this down to about 6,000 again. Let's go for it. And so our competition begins. I get a feeling this is going to be a quick missile kill by one side or the other. Jebediah gets a missile away. My own flying tank didn't get its own missile away, is just braking to avoid. Yeah, it's just dodging the barrage at the moment. This isn't looking so good. Ah! Yeah. My own flying tank is out of there. XD's craft is victorious in this one. Now coming in with the Browning machine gun. Ah, dear. Yeah. Let's go and look at one last thing to end today with. So to end our venture into, well, shall we say, less usual KSP craft, we are going to do a quick 2v2 with two of my own flying tanks with the chain gun turrets enabled, but without any of the missiles under the wing, because I don't think that's entirely in keeping with the spirit of the thing. So we'll just get these taking off and up to altitude. So our little competition begins. Without any missiles, they are just going to turn around and try and close the distance as quickly as possible. And I have done some test 1v1s with this kind of setup before, and trust me, this is going to be over very, very, very quickly. So I'll just take this time to say a huge thank you to everybody who sent me a craft. There was some very interesting stuff in there. We'll be looking at some more of them later tonight in the live stream that will follow this video a few hours later. We're doing 5 kilometers. Got a little while yet. So my thanks to Randaped, to XD the Great, to Tom for your craft. If you're watching this just as it comes out and you're wondering if you've got time to send me a couple more craft, you have indeed. This is going to be over very quickly. There we go. Damage coming in. This tank already in pieces. The other Team B tank still flying. How about the Team A tanks? Oh, largely unscathed. I think this guy is not long for the world though. So yes, live stream to follow if you're watching this literally just as it comes out and you've got craft to send me. You've still got a little bit of time to do so, but apart from that, I will see you later tonight with more, well, let's face it, really, really stupid craft. If you've enjoyed today's video and you haven't already, please consider liking, subscribing, following me on Twitter, joining the Discord, that sort of stuff. All the details down in the description. Apart from the live stream, I will be back soon with some more BD Armory stuff, but for now, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.